Now, because 2020 was such a terrible year for us to live in, we all wish we could have just taken a flight away from all this drama. But unfortunately, we're all stuck in our homes. A lot of people think 2021 is going to be the same. But after what we've been through in 2020, I say bring it on. Now you already know what this video is about. You read the title. So let me take you under my wing and show you how it's done. I'm Vikash and you're watching Myth Food. Before we do anything with the chicken itself, you should preheat your oven to 150 degrees Celsius. These wings are going to cook for a long time, so you're going to want it at a lower temperature. Next, I'm going to be a good wingman and take you through the cutting process. Next, we're going to give the chicken some freedom and spread its wings, and then we're going to clip them into 3 pieces. You'll notice that I'm cutting them on the joints because this portion size makes it easier to eat. We won't be using the tip of the wing, or as it's known, the flipper end. You can either discard these or you can use them in future stocks. The final step before marinating is give these guys a good bird bath. Also make sure you get any left behind feathers out before you pat them dry. Next it's time to get our marinade on. You could either use commercial bottled barbecue sauce, or you can do what I did and make my own. We're gonna firstly add a 1/4 cup of tomato sauce, followed by a tablespoon of honey, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, a teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of fresh garlic, crushed just like our hopes and dreams of 2020, and finally 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. This gives it that smoky barbecue flavor. Now this set of ingredients is completely adjustable. If you like it a little tangy or sweeter, you can adjust it to the way you like it. These quantities aren't set in stone, so just wing it. We add in our chicken wings, which I was forgetful enough to not pat dry. So you're gonna want to mix this thoroughly. Make sure the marinade gets deep into the chicken. Even give it a massage if you have to. Look, I'm no Red Bull, but I'm gonna give you some good wings. Now it's not necessary for the wings to sit in the marinade for a long time, because we are gonna do some slow cooking in the same sauce. But if you want it to soak up, go ahead, let it sit for a bit. So I'm using this small roaster. I do recommend you use an oven dish that closes so the chicken can cook in its own juices. I'm also adding some foil inside because to clean the caramelized sugar and honey off the dish is gonna be a little pain in the wing. You can now pour in your little piece of art into the roaster. Just so you know, these are the exact same wings angels get when they go to heaven. True story. By now your oven should be preheated, so close up the foil and the roaster and let that cook at 150 for 3 hours. Yes, 3 hours. The title of the video says slow cook. What did you expect?
1 eternity later.
So 3 hours later, when your alarm starts to wing, pull your precious gems out of the oven to reveal amazingness. Next thing you're gonna do is pop these babies on a foiled baking tray. You could use a cooling rack if you'd like some wind beneath your wings. I urge you to please be very gentle with these. They are incredibly soft and incredibly tender, and there's a good chance of the meat just falling off the bone. So I've saved all of the juices from the roaster, and what I'm going to do with it is put it in a non-stick frying pan. Please make sure it's non-stick because the sugars in here will damage a normal pan. I'm going to now reduce this down to a sticky basting consistency. You know it's ready when you can draw a line in the sauce and see the bottom of the pan. The more you reduce it, the better it'll stick to the wings. Now before you do anything else, Set your oven to grill at the highest temperature possible. Next it's time to drop the baste on the chicken wings. Try and use only half the basting for this round. You're gonna need the other half for later. I'm being very generous with the basting because it's true. You can't get too much of a good wing. When you're done basting, you can pop your tray in the oven. Now there's no specific time period to keep these wings in the oven. You're gonna have to play this by sight. As soon as the top starts crisping up, pull them out and give them a flip. Now you can use the rest of the basting to baste the other side of the wing and repeat the same process. Again, there's no specific time on how long you're gonna keep these wings in the oven. You're just gonna have to wing it. Now just look at how yummy those chicken arms look. Now for the piece de resistance. This step is not necessary, but it's totally worth it. Trust me. Also, it only takes a few seconds to make. So add 1 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and a few cracks of black pepper, and give it a mix. Now a teaspoon of smoked paprika is just enough to not give you a wing sting, but if you like it hotter, you can add some more. Now be delicate when you're removing the wings from the foil. Some bits may stick to the foil because of how tender the wing is, but hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Now I know you may be thinking that this takes a really long time to make, but it's totally worth it. Once your friends and family gets a taste of this, you'll be the lord of the wings, or lady of the wings. We don't discriminate. There's nothing better than having that yummy sticky goodness caramelizing on a super tasty chicken wing that's so tender on the inside, it could be falling off the bone. So if you like it, then you should have put a wing on it. Now let's take off with some cinematics.